Okay. So good to have you back. How was your holiday? Nafil, how was your holiday?
Good and perfect.
Good, just that?
No, that was perfect.
It was this just one sentence. I want to hear a little more. Aisha, Dia, how was your holiday?
Great, ma'am.
It was great. What was it all about? What was the holiday all about?
We got to my mom's house. We went out. We had an Onam celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, Saad, what is Onam for? What do you people celebrate Onam for? What the festival Onam, what is it for?
It's for Marvel.
Who?
Marvel.
That's not an answer. That's not sufficient. I'm assuming I'm a stranger. I don't know much about your festival.
It was remembering a name called
That's one of
Marvel.
the religion festival.
Yeah, it's a religious festival that, what does it do?
For
What is the
Hindus.
symbolical meaning?
We will that flowers, decorate the flowers, and
Yeah, that is actually giving welcome for Maveli for seeing all around the world. That time, one of the believe that the Maveli was one of the uh, king of that country. Like that, they will believe. Then that king was come and see all around the world.
He went round the world. He traveled
Yes.
around the world.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so he went around, he toured the world.
All the pupils giving welcome to Maveri, like giving one sadhya. That's all 24, 25 like items food. Like sadhya, like then they will make a pookalam mat in front of their house.
Okay.
And welcoming Maveri.
Okay, good. Now you don't say all the peoples, you say everyone.
Everyone.
Or you either say people welcomed him or you say everyone, but never all the peoples, okay? All right. So I just wanted to know if you knew what your celebration is about, because I mean, it's normal when we are born and we just do it. But do we ask ourselves why? Have you ever asked your mother, what is this celebration for? Is it in remembrance of what? What does it symbolize? Is it a festival for harvest? A festival for planting? Is it a festival for welcoming a king? What is it for? So the essence is critical, to have some sense of critical thinking and curiosity. Curiosity, not just, oh, we do it, that's it. It's something we do. Why do we do it? Why is it something we used to do and we're still doing? Curiosity. So always have that. If you have sense of curiosity, you will go far, because you will want to know things, how things work. Why is this? Why is it that? Why is it not like this or not like that? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Mohammed Eshan, can you give me a recap on what we did last, what we talked about last time before we went on holiday?
What? Please repeat.
Macavity.
Yes, that.
Macavity. So can you tell us a bit about what you know about Macavity?
Macavity is mystery cat.
A mystery cat. And what was mysterious about him? What was mysterious about Macavity?
He is called
any crime and he will disappear.
Yeah, he was what?
he is
Any crime and he will disappear at that time.
Okay. So Macavity was known for his, very fast crimes and that nobody could find a solution to, right? But everything was blamed on him. Every single thing was blamed on him. So at least thank God you still remember what we read about last time. So we will continue. Did I not give you an assignment?
Yeah, ma'am. About a unique thing about ourselves. You want to say? You want to say a unique thing about ourselves?
Yeah. So who did it? Or you were celebrating Onam and forgot?
Ma'am, I think I have imagination.
You think you have imagination? Tell me, I'm interested.
If I have nobody to play, I will think I have anyone to play like that.
So you imagine you have imaginary friends?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. So your imagination, so you make up your imaginary friends. So maybe you are a creative person. What else do you do besides having imaginary friends?
I shoot ball if there is anyone. I think there is anyone.
Okay. So who's next? Who's willing to tell us a little bit about themselves? How did you reflect on yourself, Aisha?
Me, ma'am?
Yes, Aisha, you.
I can talk to myself.
You talk to yourself. In what way?
If I have some opinion, I can communicate with myself.
You tell yourself. Okay, interesting. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall and see when you are doing this. Nafil, did you do any self-reflection?
No, ma'am.
Why, sir?
I forgot that.
You forgot. Okay. I had wanted to know what makes Nafil unique, what makes him who he is. Okay. Faid?
Yes.
What about you? What is unique about you? What did you self-reflect on? You
I
what?
forgot it. What?
I didn't get you. I missed what you said, Faid. What did you say? You forgot.
Yeah.
Why would you forget about yourself? Don't you think you're important enough? Fahim, did you get to reflect on yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
I like to play with computer like drawings, attractive. In computers, I can make it scratch, animate.
Oh, you think you're good at that?
Yes.
Good, excellent. Keep it up, you never know. Mazin?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
What?
About yourself. And
What, ma'am?
Yeah, about yourself and what you think is unique about you.
That
Now, if
the
you
cat, the cat was.
I wasn't asking you about the cat. I was asking about Mazin. Mazin, you're not Macavity. I'm asking you about yourself. I had asked each of you to tell me one thing, the thing they are unique for, what is about them, that they think this is, you know, the essence of who I am. This is about me. So you must have thought about yourself one way or the other.
Talk about me.
Yes, I had asked that the last time. And I asked you to do a self-reflection and just say something that is about you, unique about you.
Yes.
Nura. Nura. Did you just switch off your camera, dear? Tell me. What is unique about Nura? I thought we would have gone through this in 2-3 minutes. Well, we're wasting time because I gave you guys this. Thank you to all those who took the time to do a little self-reflection. For those of you who haven't, please ensure you do so. It's an important exercise for you to know about yourself. If someone says, tell me about yourself, you will just say what? My name is Mohammed. I am 10, 14, 12 years old. I'm a boy. Yeah, I can see you're a boy. What is it about you that makes you interesting? So do that self-reflection, okay? All right. Now we have stopped at the exercises concerning Macavity and who he was, why he was called the hidden poor, because, you know, he just takes things and nobody sees that, you know, sees him doing so. What does the poem mean by monster of depravity? Like, when somebody's a monster, it means they are, you know what a monster is? Huge. He is, a monster means something that is really, really bad. Something bad. So he is a monster of depravity. Depravity means, so he's a master of being bad. He's a monster at being bad. And then the poem tells us, describes how Macavity, the mystery cat, gives us a description about him and the allegations. Allegations are the accusations, serious accusations against him, the crimes that he has committed, and the places where Macavity commits his criminal activities. Describe the place. Can anybody remember the places where he does commit his criminal things? The passage.
Ladder, looter.
Go ahead.
Ladders, looters.
Pardon me?
Ladders.
Yeah, ladders, he does.
Ladders and looted.
Yeah, but also it also mentioned somewhere. It really mentioned literally almost so many places. It says something, you may meet him in the by street, you may see him in the square. But when a crime is not discovered, Macavity is not there. So even in the square, a square is where people are gathered, right? Where people gather together for either an event, a festival, etc. So let's say, for example, now that you celebrated Onam, and there's a festival party going on at the square, you will have hundreds of people, and Macavity comes there, and he goes around and picks people's pocket. Well, by the time people discover that their jewelry is gone, Macavity is not there. He's gone. He's disappeared into thin air, right? And then it says, when the ladder, the ladder is in your house, your mother's kitchen store where she keeps food stuff, is when somebody takes away things, Macavity is the one. I mean, sometimes in a household, the mother will be saying, who ate the biscuit? And everybody's looking. Who ate the biscuit? Is it Mr. Nobody? So Mr. Nobody is a Macavity, right? When the jewel case is rifled, when somebody steals from the jewelry case, then they hold Macavity. When the greenhouse, so he has so many places where he does his supposed activities, okay? Now the footprints were mentioned in the poem. What is the importance of footprints. What do footprints do for us? Aisha Nura, you are in the background. Can you switch on your camera? What is the job of a footprint? Can someone volunteer? Raise your hand. What is the job of a footprint? What are footprints? Yes?
Footprint can help us to find the Macavity.
Not only Macavity, but when people walk, they leave their footprints, especially let's say in the dust or in the sand or whatever, they leave their footprints. So when when a crime is committed and the police or the CID or the detectives come, they try to sweep footprints. They have instruments and mechanisms of collecting people's footprints, the way they can collect people's fingerprints. You know, they collect your biometrics, your fingerprints, and no fingerprints are the same. Likewise, no two people's footprints are the same. So the footprint will help them to trace who the criminal is. Right? But in this case, in this Macavity's case, it says, and his footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard, like I had told you, is a division of police in the UK that look into crime. Now his footprints cannot be found. And remembering that the footprints, what the footprint does, it helps us to solve, it helps the detectives to solve a crime. So if his footprints cannot be found, what does that mean? Anybody?
Is that much mysterious cat?
Yeah, and it will be difficult to say, okay, this is who the criminal is. That is the importance, because they will need to see his footprints to say it is him. But if the footprints are not there, so maybe he has a way of, you know, erasing his own footprints and nobody can catch him. Yeah. Now read the lines and answer the questions that follow. He's outwardly respectable. They say he cheats at cards. Who is he? We're talking about Macavity. What does the poem mean by outwardly respectable? Mohammed, Fahim, what is outwardly respectable?
Because he is escaping from all the places.
No. Somebody is outwardly respectable means that they physically look okay, they physically look respectable, they physically look like nice people, like a nice person. We're not just talking about Macavity. There are people who look good on the outside. They dress well, they speak well, but inside they are criminals, they are thieves. Have you ever seen a thief going around with a badge on his neck and saying, on his head and saying, I'm a thief? Have you ever seen?
No.
No. But they will look decently dressed and they will still inside commit crime. So now it's saying here, he is respected outwardly. Outward means what you look like on the outside. Inward is inside. Do you understand? So outwardly, Macavity looks respectable. He looks decent, like a decent cat or decent human. Let's use a human. Looks like a reasonable person. But they say he cheats at cards. So what does that mean? Nafil. He looks decent, but at the same time, he's cheating. Right? So outwardly, he looks okay. Inwardly, he is a bad person. Okay. Now, the word why they say he cheats at cards, why is it in bracket? That brings us to an important part of this passage. Why is it in brackets? Any ideas? because it's called allusion. Allusion. What is allusion? To allude. What does that word mean? Allusion.
Don't know, ma'am.
Sad, any ideas?
No, ma'am. Don't know.
You don't know. Now you don't. Can you make any sense out of it at all? When they say you are alluding, you are.
I think the saying.
You are
The.
suggesting indirectly.
Okay.
To suggest indirectly. Now let me give you an example of an allusion. John is, let's say, John is intelligent, in bracket, or so they say. I'll write it, 1 second. I'll write it on the board so you can get what I'm saying better. John is intelligent. You can see my board, right?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Now, John is intelligent, or so they say. What does that mean? Mazin, Mohammed, Mohammed Faid, Mohammed Ishaq, can you guys switch on your cameras?
John is intelligent saying by indirect.
John is intelligent. Or so they say is an indirect way of saying, those they say, I don't believe it. I don't think he's intelligent. So that is called allusion. Or so they. You personally don't think John is intelligent. So you are alluding that John is not intelligent. You don't believe he's intelligent. Just people say that he is intelligent, but you're not sure. So that's what allusion does. So for example here, he said, he is outwardly respectable, in bracket. They say he cheats at cards. So even though he looks good, he is not so as good as you think. We use allusion all the time. It's a literary device where indirectly somebody is referring to something. Indirect reference that helps to quickly stimulate either other thoughts or ideas and association by using a couple of words. It's on the reader's ability to understand and to be familiar with the meaning behind the allusion. I can say, he's hardworking, in bracket, or so it seems. So it means that in front of others, he pretends to work hard. And once they go away, he's not. Now, David was being such a Scrooge. A Scrooge is an allusion. If you've read or watched the movie of Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol, a Scrooge is a greedy and unkind person. So saying that David is such a Scrooge, you are trying to not say David is mean and greedy. You're using allusion to express yourself. You understand? So David is such a Scrooge. A Scrooge is a character in Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is a classic book, you know, back in, is it 17th century or thereabouts? And the movie Scrooge, A Christmas Carol, shows the Scrooge, he's greedy, he's not willing to give anybody, he's not willing to share and everything. So saying David is being such a Scrooge. You're not outrightly saying David is unkind and this greedy. But anybody who knows what a Scrooge means will understand what you're saying. That's what allusion means. Then you can say the teacher is being such a doofus. A doofus is a term used for being silly, or he is being such a doofus, being silly, playful, whatever. You're not going to call the person silly. right in their faces, but you say he's been such a doofus. So these are allusions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we use it all the time. Now comment on the allusion in the Napoleon of crime. Sad. What does that mean? Napoleon of crime. I told you who Napoleon was. Who was Napoleon? Emperor Napoleon of France.
The police of Napoleon.
What?
Police.
No, I didn't get. Tell me. Fahim. Yeah, Emperor Napoleon. Yeah, Emperor Napoleon, who tried to conquer the world and, you know, gain a lot of territory, right? Fahim, yes. You're my timekeeper, please. So when somebody says an emperor is such a huge personality, and then somebody says he's the emperor of crime, or he's the Napoleon of crime. So what does that mean, Nafil? If someone is said to be an emperor of crime, what does that mean?
The king of crime.
That he's what?
He's doing much crime.
He's really big on it. He's the biggest criminal. All right? So you have to know how to use these allusions and trying to understand them. All right. So we have a figure of speech, figures of speech also in the poem. So when you read a poem, you have to find what are the parts of it and understand. At grade 8, you should be able to have a little analytical thinking of what you're reading. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. It's a figurative speech or a figure of speech. Nura, are you there? Aisha? What is the figure of speech here? He sways his head from side to side. What is it likening him to? To a snake, a cobra. You have cobras in India, right? That move their neck, they sway from side to side. The essence of writing like this is also to help stimulate your creative thinking, your imagination. So when you're reading, don't just read it for the words, try to read between the lines and say, what is it saying? The grammar aspect, which I will also give to you as homework, I'm going to share a note or an excerpt with your teacher, a PDF on the grammar aspect, determiners. What are determiners? Mohammed, Fahid, Ishan, I haven't seen your faces in class. It's like what is wrong? Why do you guys go behind the scenes? Well, Fahid, what are determiners? What do you mean by determiners?
Determiners is the
What? I was talking to not you. I was asking Faida. I think it sounds like Fahim.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
I did that.
And he's gone. And he's gone. I haven't. He's gone. Ishan, Mohammed Ishan, tell me, what is a determiner?
Determiners are words that used before nouns to modify them.
Yeah, they are words that are used to modify. They can talk about quantity. They don't describe the noun, not like adjectives. They determine and point it out. To determine is to, when they say determine something, to point out, to find out. They are not like adjectives. Adjectives will define the noun. Adjectives modify the noun, like saying the beautiful house. But determiners, you have different kinds of determiners that are used to point out the noun, to talk about more specifics about the noun. So let's look at what determiners mean. One second, I'm trying to share my screen, please. Again. Oh my God. I'm going to share this with your teacher as well, so that you can have it and look at it on your own. Now, determiners. A little bit of explanation so you understand a bit better. Determiners are always placed before the noun, and they help to define the noun. Articles are determiners. The other are, what are articles? A, an, some, they. Indefinite articles: a boy, an orange, they, the man, some girls. So these are articles, okay? So they also act as determiners. Then you also have other determiners that are used in front of the nouns to indicate whether something specific or whether something particular is being referred to. Like I had said, the man, specific. A girl, not specific. Now you have, sometimes people confuse determiners and adjectives. Determiners, somebody said something in the chat box. Already? Time is already gone. Oh,
Yeah, ma'am.
see, the class is so short, always so short. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this to your teacher. She will share it with you guys so that you can look at and understand what determiners is and use what you know to the last part of the passage. This is your homework. Please take it seriously. Read through this on the determiners. Your teacher will share it with you. I will send, your teacher is Shanidia, right?
Shanida.
Yeah, I will send it to her. She will share it with you. Finish the last part of the passage. 6 kinds of determiners. What are they? The questions A and B, because I want us to just round it off and go start something fresh next week. So finish off the rest of the article from to page 45. Okay? Plus the one I'm sending. Please don't come to class and tell me I forgot. Don't forget. I'm also going to tell your teacher that I said to give you homework. Well, thank you guys. I look forward to seeing you next Friday. And I want you guys to be a little more interactive. The grade 5 students are very highly interactive.
Ma'am, do you want to study these articles for the next class? It is the homework?
Yes.
Ma'am, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So finish off the page 44 and 45, plus what I will send to your teacher. Just read through it so you can understand what determiners are, and we will do some exercise on that in your grammar. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week, Friday. Bye. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. See you.